Okay, first and foremost, I want to give all honors and praises and glory belongeth to Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahavaka Kwadash. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and his Son's name is Yahweh Shai, who we reverence. And double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that teach his truth well, and that continue to teach his truth well, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few brothers and sisters listening and learning. This lesson is going to be further expounding on the hypocrisy, the wickedness, the evil of what them Pharisees, the mindset they had. Okay, even though they said they were keeping the law, let's go straight to John. I don't want to make this lesson too long. We're going to go into John, I believe it's 8. Is that 8? Bear me just a minute. John 7, Salakia. Oh man, let's go to John 7 and let's go straight to start at 12. And there was much murmuring among the people concerning him. Concerning who? Yahushua. Much murmuring. Okay. For some said, he is a good man. Others said, nay, but he deceiveth the people. So there was a contention, even between all these other groups, concerning Yahushua. Sadducees, the Pharisees, and the Zealots. There was a murmuring. Some believed, some didn't. Some had some good things to say about him, some had bad things to say about him. How about no man spake openly of him for the fear of the Jews? And these were also what? Including the believers of Yahushua. They didn't want to speak openly of Yahushua. Why? For fear of the Jews, that they'd be what? Isolated, chucked out of the synagogue. So this was happening. Okay? So it's like a giveaway. The men that are speaking the truth are not holding anything back. The same thing's going to be happening. Now about the midst of the feast, Yahushua went up into the temple and taught. And the Jews marveled, saying, how knoweth this man letters, having never learned? Why did the Jews say that? Because they were brought up a certain way. Okay. They were what? Taught men. Okay. In the synagogues. But guess what? The reason why Yahushua knew these letters, because the doctrine was given to him by the Heavenly Father. That's how he knew. He's the Word. So of course he's going to know the letters, because he is the Word. Here it is, you're reading these letters, trying to be all deep, but really, what are you reading? Yahushua, he comes in the volume of the book. So really, what you were reading was of Yahushua. But the people are marveling, because remember, Yahushua was 12 and he was schooling what? The doctors of the law. He was asking them questions, which they couldn't even answer themselves. Yahushua answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me, Yahweh's. If any man will do his will, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of God, the Most High, or whether I speak of myself. He that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory. But he that seeketh his glory that sent him, the same is true, and none, no unrighteousness is in him. Because it's the same with the law, because we're seeking Yahushua's glory, we're not seeking our own glory. We're not seeking glory according to the law, how much laws you've kept. Because if you don't believe in Yahushua, you're in trouble. Did not Moses give you the law, and yet none of you keep the law? Why you go about to kill me? So this is what Yahushua was telling them wicked Jews. Yeah, Moses gave you the law, but none of you are keeping it. Not one of you. Okay? They were hypocrites. And people answered and said, that has a devil. Who goeth about to kill thee? So they were acting like Yahushua was lying. Yahushua answered and said to them, I have done one work, and all you marvel. Okay, they were jealous of Yahushua. They were jealous. You got to read these precepts. Okay, you have to read these precepts, Baba Kashar. Now let's go straight to one thing at a time. Let me just a minute. Mark 7 and 5. This is Mark 7 and 5, Salakia. When the Pharisees and scribes asked him, why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition, okay, the tradition of the elders? So they were asking, why, you know what, let's start at Mark 7 and 2. And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled, that is to say, with unwashed hands, so their hands were somewhat dirty. Okay, but the scriptures talk about these chains of darkness. The whole flesh, even when you wash your hands, alright, you wash your hands, you wash your body, our flesh is still what? We're mortal flesh. Okay, so whether you wash your body, you're still in mortal flesh, flesh that decays. So these men were not spiritual. They found fault, so they found fault. So for them to find fault, that means they must have been watching the disciples eating. They were watching them while they were eating. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, okay, for the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they washed their hands oft. So they had a custom where you couldn't eat until you wash your hands. Eat not, holding the tradition of the elders. And you notice how it says tradition. Bear me just a minute. Now let's quickly go into that word Babakashah. Quickly go into that word. Type it in.
Strong's G 3862. Paradosis.
Paradisus.
Paradosis.
Paradisus. Given up. Given over to you. Okay. Which a lot of people, they were surrendering themselves. They see, because people think about the law, that it's grievous. No, we have freedom even within the law. There's freedom. The law is our freedom. People think the law, I'm held. No. It was the Pharisees that were trying to hold you under bondage, under the law. But with Yahushua, there's freedom. That's what he was showing you, even within the law. But the Pharisees, they were making within the laws. They were making laws within the laws. They were trying to hold you to bondage to that, while they weren't teaching you Yahushua. A given over, which is done by word or mouth or in writing. Let's go straight to the point. The body of precepts, ritual. So they had particular rituals that were according to the law, and some of them they would make up their own, which is in the opinion of later Jews were orally delivered by Moses, which is true, and orally transmitted in unbroken succession to subsequent generations, which was passed down, which what later became traditions, because they were taking things out of the law and making up their own little laws, which precepts both illustrate and expand in the written law as they did were to be obeyed with equal reverence. It says it all here. Okay, so now let's go back to Mark 7 and 5. Okay. Like not washing your hands when you're eating, like you're going to be condemned by that. These men were carnal. Okay, and when they come, bear me just a minute. Except they wash their hands oft, eat not, they can't eat, holding the tradition of the elders. And when they come from the market, except they wash, they eat not. And many other things there be, which they have received to hold, as the washing of cups, all that's all outside fancy stuff. And pots, brazen vessels, and of the tables. It's all carnal. These are all carnal things. Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition of the elders, but eat bread with unwashed hands? So that offended them. Well, how come they're not moving like us under our tradition, what we were taught? He answered and said unto them, well, have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, this people honoureth me with their lips. Okay, but their heart is far from me. So our people, they honour Yahushua with their lips, but their heart is far from me, because Yahushua showed us how to walk. How about in vain do they worship me? Because all the other stuff they were doing, that was vain. You washing up cups and all that, that's what? The outer, again, outer appearance. As it is written, this people honour me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. How about in vain do they worship me? Teaching for the doctrines and the commandments of men. For laying aside the commandment of the Most High, you hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots, cups, and many other like things you do. And Yahushua further on from that verse, what did he say? It's not what goes in, it's what comes out. Okay, which defiles you. Envying, murder, revelings, all that other stuff, adultery. That's what defiles you. Okay, but these men, they were not walking in the spirit, they were walking in the flesh. They didn't understand. It's all about Yahushua. It's all about faith. Now let's go to Galatians 5 and 16. Okay. Oh man, we're gonna shut off on this. This is Galatians 5, and let's go straight to verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love. And what's the first important commandment? Love thy brother as thyself. Okay. Joy. What's the joy? See, Yahushua gives us liberty within the scriptures through faith. Through your faith in Yahushua, that's that liberty. Peace. Long suffering. Being very merciful to brothers. The sincere brothers that are actually about the truth. That actually believe in the truth. Gentleness, goodness, and faith. Verse 23, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. So if you're doing these things, there is no law against these things. That means you're walking in the Spirit. These are things pertaining to the law. And they that are Mashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust through what walking in the Spirit. And if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. So if you're walking in the Spirit, you're walking according to the law. You're doing according to the law. Which is, and you notice how it ended off as in what? Faith. And meekness and temperance. Balance. Against such there is no law. So if you're doing these things, you're walking according to the law. It's such a shame that the wicked Pharisees, they didn't understand that. Okay? Understand the law. Read the law. Then read upon Yahushua what he was telling you about the law. So his ultimate is the law. And he did say in Romans, do we make void the law? No, we established the law. Because when Yahushua was on earth, what, did he keep the law? Yes, he did. So we keep the law. Okay? But we don't use the law and make up our own laws to say, oh, look, I'm holier than thou. You don't do that because that's what some of the wicked Pharisees were doing. Making up their own little laws. And trying to make you hold onto that standard. That's why Yahushua said in Matthew 23, do as they say, but not as they do. Because they don't do themselves. So with this lesson, I really hope this was edifying, and until the next time, Shalom.